Hello, good morning, good evening, good afternoon. It's evening here. The sun has just gone down from that glary point. I hope you're all having a fabulous day. It has been a hot one here today. And I have watched the Markle documentary about the Markle family. Link is in the description because thank you very much. Quite a few of you gave me the link so that I could go and watch it, and now you can all go and watch it, because I think it had about 36,000 views, which isn't that many really, and I think it deserves more views, I really do. Just before getting into my review of that, we rescued an eagle from the sea today, and if you want to see the eagle, Graham's got a bit of video on his channel. That link is here in the description as well. We were coming back off a dolphin trip, and there were a load of seagulls, which, you know, can be a multitude of things. It can be a whale, it can be rubbish in the water, it can be they're just having a fight over nothing, over a rubber glove. But there was a bird in the water, and we thought it was a dead seagull, because they do attack each other, and it was Graham who spotted it, and he said, that's an eagle, and it's alive, but only just. And just as we spotted it, her beak went down, and so her complete head was under the water, but we managed to get her out. She was absolutely gorgeous, and she survived, and the bird rescue people came, Vincent came to collect her very quickly actually. We called the office as we were on our way back, and he was pretty much there by the time we got back. They're covered in lice, and I'll tell you all about the lice on Graham's channel. Because they were on my face, because I cuddled it. Oh good, here comes Graham with the wine cellar from the car. Lovely warm wine that's been cooking in the hot sun. Yeah, and I do wear sunscreen, guys. I know a lot of you noticed that my nose goes brown. I'm not a brown nose, but yeah, it's a thing with crew, because we wear sunglasses or we have binoculars, so we get panda eyes. It's just a thing of the job. I'm recording already. If you want to come and join me, Graham.
Oh, yeah,
well, do pass up some wine. My water, my pink, very pale pink water, needs some. Right, my review of the Markle, the Samantha, Tom Jr. and Tom Sr. Documentary. A few of you have left comments saying there's nothing new in it. No, there's nothing really revelatory new in it. Oh, thank you.
It's a bit warm, darling.
It is.
It's like been in the back of the car in the sun all day.
My goodness, it's a hot water bottle. Anyway.
So I plug the ice machine in?
Yeah, that'd be a good idea. So yes, there was nothing revelatory in it. What I would say is, and I don't think he was putting it on, Tom Sr., his speech is heavily impeded. He obviously struggles to speak. I mean, there was at first I wasn't sure, you know, is he laying it on a little bit thick? But there was one point where he wanted to get a point out, and he was really quite frustrated, you know, when people have had a stroke or have a stutter and they become, you know, almost, you know, a little frustrated, they can't get the sentence out, and he really wanted to get his sentence out. So I genuinely believe his speech has been impaired, and he's not laying it on at all or exaggerating it. I thought it was very nice actually. They didn't really speak badly of Meghan. They're more confused. I think Samantha, out of all of them, really, probably because she's a psychologist, she sort of sized it up much more. But even so, even her, there is an element of confusion on all of their parts as to what exactly they did that was so heinously awful that deserved that level of icing. And I'll tell you the conclusion I came away with, and it's kind of weird because it's like half the documentary, and then the other half kind of goes on about Charles and Diana and Camilla and a lot of other stuff that was unrelated, but it's all in the same video. Well, you'll see if you watch it. Yeah, my real takeaway from the Markle family part was it was obvious to me that Meghan had her father wrapped round her little finger, and that most likely, this is just my guess and my thoughts, most likely Tom Sr. had, if he cast his mind back, he probably had people who came up to him, like Harry does now, saying, you know, she's a madam, she's not as nice as you think. And because she was being nice to him, he couldn't see what she was. And, you know, I've always been on Harry's side. I've always lent more Team Harry, although in the last year I've become absolutely disgusted by a lot of the things he's done. I know his mother would be as well. I really hope, actually, that she does dust him, and that Harry has a taste of what the Markle family have had to put up with. And then I think you'll see very quickly Harry thinking, oh, yikes, now I can appreciate how Tom felt. Are you coming to join us?
Oh, am I allowed?
Oh, of course, don't be silly. Oh, God, he makes out like he's henpecked and stuff. Fucking hell. Fucking hell.
Well, I didn't want to interrupt.
Yes.
I'm the one who gets it in their neck. When I interrupt, she says, you interrupted me. No, she's gorgeous, my wife. This girl's
all right,
my world.
Don't creep. Now, that's not going to work. Where are you going?
My wine, darling.
Oh. We're running away like a little girl.
No.
You haven't seen it, have
Not
you,
yet.
the Markle documentary?
I don't want to see it.
Are you not into it?
Nah. And they won't make any revelations.
There aren't really any revelations in it.
It'll all be in the trailer.
It wasn't badly edited, but what I will say from an editing point of view, because although we do these on fly on the wall, sort of on the hop videos, Graham and I do actually do a lot of editing. That's quite not bad. But what irritated me slightly was the over-exaggerated incidental music, you know, where they were pulling on the heartstrings. And then when it was a happy moment, you know, happy music. And that's one of my criticisms of Meghan and Harry's productions. They always have to have that clown music, you know, da 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 da. And I just think, oh, Meghan, grow up. What are you, 3 years old?
Still in Disneyland, that's what it is.
La, 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 la,
Anyway, are you
la,
going
la.
to tell them about what you did today?
Yeah, I've told them, but I'll let you explain more. She's called a short-toed snake eagle
Or a short-toed eagle.
because she eats snakes.
It had a white head, so I thought it was an eagle. But I don't know nothing about birds, you know. I know what a bird of prey looks like, up beak and everything, but we turned out, it turned out that it was an eagle indeed. The guy came and...
Yeah, I was so impressed.
Yeah, no, what we saw a load of birds, seagulls out at the sea, a big cloud of them swirling around, and I thought, hey, something's up over there. And normally that's a sign of food. So you look at the birds, you think, what are the birds interested in? Because they know something we don't. You get there and you see the odd dolphin, and it's rounding fish up, and the birds are in trying to get the fish. So it's always worth a look when there's a cloud of seagulls around to see what was there. Anyway, we've spotted this eagle in the water. So I said to Fiona, get it, wool. So she got it with 2 hooks, very good of her. And it was still alive. It had its head in under the water.
Oh, I know.
Just before we pulled it out, and I thought, whoa, I hope we're in time.
I got the boat hook under her chin and just lifted her head up a bit, and then I got the other one under her bum.
Luckily, when it was in the cabin, it was still breathing. I thought, bingo, that's the big sign, of course.
Years ago, we found we found more than one vulture, and they're huge. They're like my size.
Claws on them
and a beak, you know, take your arm off.
Yeah.
And we found this this vulture years ago. I thought it was dead, really. We put it in the cabin and it just seemed unconscious. We took it to the office, locked it in the toilet, much to Conchie's horror, and I put a cup of water and I sort of held its head with its beak, so it had a bit of water. I left it in there, then Conchie went to the toilet 10 minutes later.
They swallowed salt water, weren't they, while they were drowning, you know?
She came out screaming, going, get rid of that bird, he'd have shit everywhere. So I went in the toilet and it was standing on top of the cistern, a huge bird, and it was right bolt upright, and it had squitted everywhere. And
they're covered in parasites. Did you tell them about the parasites?
No, I'm going to tell them about that on your channel. That is awful.
Tune into my channel later for the story of
I just pray to God that I didn't eat any of them, because I did see one drop off my head into my dinner. I don't know if any did that before, but I'll tell you the full horrors of that on Graham's channel.
Yes, I took her for a lovely roast dinner this afternoon. And I knew she'd enjoy it because she likes lamb. It's a big and one of, anyway. We'll tell you on my channel. We'll tell you on my channel. Tune into my channel later.
You kept saying it was psychological, didn't you? I knew it wasn't. I knew it wasn't. And the woman at the table next door, my God, when she seen a thing on my face.
Don't give the game away. You've got to come to my channel to find out about the parasites off that bird. Right.
So yes, it wasn't an anti-monarchy piece, the Markle documentary. They didn't slag the royal family off, and even the second half about Charles, that wasn't anti-monarchy. It was far from it. Far from it. Nothing revelatory there either. I did read something a little odd, but I only saw it fleetingly today. Something about the Archbishop is going to ask us, the viewers at home watching the coronation, if we will swear allegiance to the King. And if that is true, and it might not be, it could just be the news because it was in the Guardian and things like that could be dodgy. I might have misunderstood it, so don't jump on me. But if that is true, for me personally, that's a step too far. I'm sorry, I never talk about religion, but for me personally, I only swear allegiance and loyalty to the Lord God, not to other human beings who I see all of us as equal, including Charles. I won't be doing that. Other people can. I will give him my allegiance, but the swearing of allegiance, like, oh, no, I can't do that. I'm sorry, Charles, no. But apart from that, we'll be wearing a tiara and fully supporting him.
She wouldn't even, when we got married, she wouldn't even obey me in the wedding, you know what I mean? You know, swear to honour and
Actually, no, I didn't. No, I didn't kick up a fuss. They had very set vows.
Did they?
Yeah, it was nothing to do with me. You little shit stirrer.
You're supposed to obey me when you get married. I promise to obey
You're worse
my
than
husband.
Meghan Markle, making shit up.
I can't remember, I don't care anyway.
Go on, run along, you little bitch. Anyway, I hope you're all having a fabulous evening. As always,
Fiona
look forward
stole
to
my
seeing you.
balls.
Yes, all right, yes, years ago, and I lost them.